Hey friends, please subscribe. 1 second for you. Big deal for me. My name is Emma Sullivan. I'm 38 years old, and I'm a financial consultant in Portland, Oregon. 10 years ago, my younger sister abandoned her 3-month-old baby on my doorstep with a note that said, "I can't do this. My parents told me she was my burden now and refused to help. I raised that baby, Lily, as my own daughter for a decade. Then last month, my sister reappeared with my parents, and they sued me for custody, claiming I'd kept them from their family. In court, I handed the judge a sealed folder. His eyes widened. He asked, "Do they even know what you have?" I nodded, and what I revealed destroyed their case and exposed 10 years of lies. What was in that folder changed everything. Stay until the end to see their faces when the truth came out. And if you've ever raised a child that wasn't yours, hit that subscribe button and tell me in the comments what you would have done. It was a Tuesday night in March, 10 years ago. I was 28, living in a small one-bedroom apartment in Portland, working as a junior financial analyst. I'd just gotten home from a 12-hour workday when I heard it, a baby crying. At first, I thought it was coming from a neighbor's apartment. But when I opened my door to check, there she was, a baby carrier on my doorstep. Inside, a tiny infant, maybe 3 months old, screaming at the top of her lungs. She was wearing a onesie that was too big, wrapped in a thin blanket, her face red from crying. Next to the carrier was a diaper bag and a note. My hands shook as I picked up the note. I recognized the handwriting immediately. "Emma, I can't do this. I thought I could, but I can't. She cries all the time. I haven't slept in weeks. I don't know how to be a mom. You're good at everything. You'll figure it out. Don't try to find me. I need to figure out my life." Vanessa, my Vanessa, 24 years old, impulsive, irresponsible, and now apparently a mother who'd just abandoned her baby. I looked down at the screaming infant. She had Vanessa's dark hair, pale skin, and even through the tears, her eyes. "Oh my God," I whispered. I brought the carrier inside, my mind racing. Where was Vanessa? How could she just leave a baby? What was I supposed to do? I called her phone, straight to voicemail. I called again and again. Nothing. Then I called my parents. "Emma, it's almost 10 p.m. What's wrong?" My mother's voice was annoyed, not concerned. "Mom, Vanessa left her baby on my doorstep." Silence. "What? She left her baby? Here, at my apartment with a note. She's gone." "What do you mean, gone?" "I mean, she left her daughter in a carrier on my doorstep and disappeared. I've been calling her. She's not answering." I heard my mother talking to my father in the background, muffled voices. Then my father got on the phone. "Emma, what's going on?" I explained again. "The baby, the note, Vanessa's disappearance." "Did you call the police?" he asked. "No, I called you first. What should I do?" Another pause. Then my father said something that would haunt me for the next decade. "Take care of it." "What?" "Take care of the baby. You're her aunt. Figure it out." "Dad, I can't just..." "I'm 28 years old. I live in a one-bedroom apartment. I work 60 hours a week. I don't know anything about babies." Neither did Vanessa. "But she's clearly not capable of handling this. You are. So you want me to just raise her? For now, until Vanessa gets her head together. And if she doesn't, then I guess she's your burden now." My mother's voice cut in. She'd taken the phone back. "Emma, your sister is going through something. She needs space. You're the responsible one. Handle it." "Mom, this is a baby, a human being, not a problem to handle." "Then call child services if you don't want to help." The line went dead. I stood there in my tiny living room, holding the phone, staring at this screaming baby who'd just been dumped into my life. I should have called child services. I should have reported Vanessa for abandonment, but she was my sister, and this was my niece. So I did what my parents told me to do. I figured it out. The first year was hell. I didn't know anything about babies. I'd never changed a diaper, never made a bottle, never soothed a crying infant at 3 a.m. I learned fast. I took FMLA leave from work, unpaid, to take care of her for the first 3 months. I burned through my savings. I moved to a 2-bedroom apartment I could barely afford. I named her Lily, because Vanessa hadn't even bothered to name her own daughter. I called my parents regularly those first few months, begging for help. Can you come watch her so I can go to work? We're busy, Emma. You said you'd handle it. Can you help with the cost of daycare? I'm drowning here. We're on a fixed income. You make good money. Figure it out. Have you heard from Vanessa? No, and stop asking. After 6 months, I stopped calling. Vanessa never reached out. Not once. No calls, no texts, no emails. She'd completely disappeared. I hired a private investigator to find her. He tracked her to Los Angeles, then Las Vegas, then Miami. She was moving around, working odd jobs, posting on social media about finding herself and living her truth. Living her truth. While I was changing diapers and working 2 jobs to afford daycare. I thought about giving Lily up, about calling child services and surrendering her to the foster system. But every time I looked at her, her smile, her laugh, the way she reached for me when she was scared, I couldn't do it. She became mine, not legally, but in every way that mattered. Over the next 9 years, I raised Lily. I went to her preschool concerts. Her kinder, Garton graduation, her dance recitals, her parent-teacher conferences. I was mom. Not Aunt Emma, just mom. I never lied to her. I told her, age-appropriately, that her birth mother had left when she was a baby, and I'd been taking care of her ever since. "Where's my real mom?" she asked when she was 6. "I don't know, sweetie, but I'm here, and I love you. Are you my mom now?" "If you want me to be." She thought about it, then nodded. "Okay, you're my mom." My parents saw Lily maybe 5 times in 10 years. They sent birthday cards. No gifts, just cards. They didn't call, didn't visit, didn't ask how she was doing. When Lily asked about grandparents, I told her, they live far away and are very busy. It was easier than the truth, that they didn't care. I advanced in my career despite the challenges, made senior consultant, then director. My income grew to $180,000 a year. I bought a house with a yard, enrolled Lily in a good school, gave her piano lessons, art classes, a childhood I'd never had. She was happy, healthy, loved. And then, 1 month ago, Vanessa came back. It was a Saturday afternoon. Lily was at a friend's birthday party. I was home, cleaning the kitchen, when the doorbell rang. I opened the door to find Vanessa standing there. She looked different, older, tired. Her hair was shorter, her face thinner. But it was her. "Hi, Emma." I couldn't speak. 10 years. 10 years of silence. And she was standing on my doorstep like she'd just run to the store. "Can I come in?" "No." She flinched. "Emma, please, I need to talk to you." "You need to talk to me? You abandoned your daughter 10 years ago. You left her on my doorstep like garbage. You never called, never checked if she was alive. And now you want to talk?" "I know I messed up." "Messed up? Vanessa, you committed a crime. You abandoned a baby. I should have called the police. I should have..." "But you didn't. You kept her. I raised her. There's a difference." Vanessa's eyes filled with tears. "I was young. I was scared. I didn't know what to do." "So you ran?" "Yes, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I'm better now. I've got my life together. I have a job, an apartment. I'm ready to be her mother." I stared at her. "You think you can just show up after 10 years and be her mother?" "She's my daughter." "No, she's my daughter. You gave up that right when you left her on my doorstep." "I never signed away my parental rights. Legally, she's still mine." My blood ran cold. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying I want her back." And that's when I knew this was going to get ugly. "You can't take her," I said, my voice shaking. "Lily doesn't even know you." "Then it's time she meets me." "Vanessa, she's 10 years old. She's been with me her entire life. You can't just..." "I can, and I will. I've already talked to a lawyer." "You talked to a lawyer before you even talked to me?" "I knew you'd react like this. That's why I brought backup." A car pulled up behind Vanessa. My parents got out. My mother walked up the driveway, her expression stern. "Emma, let us in. We need to discuss this as a family." "Family?" I repeated bitterly. You haven't been family for 10 years. Don't be dramatic, my father said, approaching. Vanessa made a mistake, but she's ready to make it right. We're here to support her. Support her? Where was your support when I was raising a baby alone? When I was working 2 jobs? When I was begging you for help? You seem to have it handled, my mother said coolly, because I had no choice. Can we please come inside and talk about this calmly? Vanessa asked. Against my better judgment, I let them in. We sat in my living room, the living room I decorated with Lily's artwork, her school photos, her accomplishments. Vanessa Lee oaked around, her expression unreadable. Nice house. I worked for it. I'm sure you did. She folded her hands. Look, I don't want to fight. I just want to be part of my daughter's life again. Again? You were never part of her life. Then I want to start. I want visitation. I want to get to know her. No. Emma, be reasonable, my father said. Reasonable? You want me to hand over a child I've raised for 10 years to someone she's never met? She deserves to know her mother, my mother said. I am her mother. No, Vanessa said quietly. You're her aunt. I'm her mother. You're a stranger who abandoned her, which is why we need to fix this, with your cooperation or without it. What does that mean? My mother leaned forward. It means Vanessa has the right to custody. She never signed away her parental rights. You've been caring for Lily informally, without legal custody. If Vanessa files a custody petition, she'll win. You can't be serious. We're very serious, my father said, and we'll support her case. We'll testify that we've been kept from our granddaughter, that you've alienated us, that you've prevented Vanessa from having a relationship with her child. I couldn't breathe. That's a lie. You abandoned us, both of us. That's not how we'll tell it, my mother said coldly. Are you threatening me? We're asking you to do the right thing, Vanessa said. Let me back into my daughter's life. Let me be her mother. And if I refuse, then we'll see you in court. They left. I sat in my living room, shaking, trying to process what had just happened. When Lily came home from the party, she found me crying in the kitchen. Mom, what's wrong? I wiped my eyes. Nothing, sweetie. Just a hard day. Are you sure? I'm sure. Tell me about the party. She talked, animated and happy, while I smiled and nodded and felt my world crumbling. That night, after Lily was asleep, I called my lawyer, Catherine Reed, a family law attorney I'd consulted years ago about adopting Lily. Emma, it's been a while. What's going on? I told her everything. Catherine was silent for a long moment. Okay, this is serious. Vanessa has biological parental rights. If she files for custody, she has a strong case. Even though she abandoned Lily? You never reported the abandonment. You never filed for guardianship or adoption. Legally, Vanessa is still Lily's mother, and you're just caring for her for 10 years, which works in your favor. But it's not enough. We need to fight this hard. How? First, we file for emergency custody, establish you as Lily's legal guardian, then we gather evidence, everything that proves you've been her primary caregiver, that Vanessa abandoned her, that your parents failed to support either of you. I have evidence. 10 years of it. Good. Start documenting everything. Emails, texts, financial records, medical records, school records. Anything that shows you've been the one raising her. What about Vanessa's abandonment? The note she left, do you still have it? Yes, in a safe deposit box. Perfect. That's evidence of abandonment. We'll use it. What are my chances? Catherine sighed. Honestly, 50-50. The courts favor biological parents, but you have a decade of being Lily's mother. We'll fight. The custody hearing was set for 6 weeks later. During that time, Vanessa filed her petition. She asked for full custody, with me getting visitation. My parents filed affidavits supporting her claim. They swore they'd tried to be involved grandparents, but I'd prevented them from seeing Lily. They claimed I'd alienated Vanessa from her child. All lies, but lies told under oath. Catherine filed counterclaims. We provided 10 years of medical records showing I'd taken Lily to EVE, area appointment, school records listing me as her legal guardian and emergency contact, financial records showing I'd paid for everything: daycare, school, clothes, food, character witnesses, Lily's teachers, her dance instructor, neighbors. Vanessa's note admitting she'd abandoned Lily the day of the hearing arrived. I sat at the defendant's table with Catherine. Across from us, Vanessa sat with her lawyer, a young man named Trevor Banks who looked fresh out of law school. Behind Vanessa, my parents sat in the gallery looking self-righteous and victimized. Judge Richard Morrison presided. He was in his 60s, stern-faced, known for being tough but fair. Trevor Banks spoke first. "Your Honor, this case is about a mother who made a mistake in her early 20s and is now trying to rectify it. Vanessa Thompson left her daughter in the care of her sister temporarily while she dealt with postpartum depression and personal issues. She always intended to return. Unfortunately, Ms. Sullivan has prevented any contact between mother and daughter for the past 10 years. Catherine stood. "That's categorically false, Your Honor. Ms. Sullivan didn't prevent contact. There was no contact to prevent. Vanessa Thompson abandoned her 3-month-old infant and disappeared for a decade." Vanessa took the stand. She told her story with tears and remorse. She'd been young, scared, suffering from postpartum depression. She'd left Lily with her sister temporarily to get help. She'd tried to reach out, but I'd blocked her. All lies. Trevor Banks asked, "Did you maintain contact with your family during this time?" "Yes, I called my parents regularly. They told me Emma was doing well with Lily, that I should give her more time." Another lie. "Why didn't you come back sooner?" "I was afraid. Afraid Emma would judge me. Afraid I'd be a bad mother. But I'm better now. I've been in therapy. I have a stable job. I'm ready to be the mother Lily deserves." Catherine cross-examined. "Ms. Thompson, you said you left your daughter temporarily. How long did you intend this temporary arrangement to last?" I don't know, a few months." "And when those few months turned into years, why didn't you come back?" "I was scared. So scared that you moved to 3 different states. So scared that you posted on social media about finding yourself and living your best life." Vanessa's face reddened. "I was struggling." "Were you struggling too much to pick up a phone? To send a text? To ask your sister how your daughter was doing?" "Emma blocked me." "We have phone records, Ms. Thompson. You never called. Not once in 10 years. Vanessa had no response. Then my parents testified. They lied smoothly, claiming they'd tried to visit, that I'd refused them access to their granddaughter. Catherine produced evidence. Emails I'd sent begging for help. Voicemails asking them to meet Lily, all ignored or rejected. Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, if you wanted to be involved grandparents, why did you decline every invitation to see your granddaughter?" "We didn't decline," my father started. "You told Emma she's your burden now. Correct?" Silence. "You sent birthday cards but never gifts. You never called. You never visited. And now you claim Emma kept you away?" My mother's expression hardened. "She never made us feel welcome. Or you never cared until your daughter decided she wanted custody." Finally, I took the stand. I told my story, the doorstep, the note, 10 years of raising Lily alone, the sacrifices, the love. Trevor Banks cross-examined. "Ms. Sullivan, did you ever attempt to contact my client to inform her of her daughter's milestones? First steps, first words, first day of school?" "I tried to contact her for the first year. She never responded." "But after that first year, did you try?" "No." "So you made no effort to maintain a connection between Manita Moen, there, and daughter?" "Because there was no mother to maintain a connection with. Vanessa abandoned her daughter. I raised her." "You raised her without legal authority, without adopting her, without securing custody. Why?" I hesitated. The truth was complicated. I thought Vanessa might come back. I didn't want to erase her completely. I kept her parental rights intact in case she wanted to be a mother someday, but she never came back. Until now. Until she found out I have money and a nice house. "Objection!" Trevor shouted. "Sustained," Judge Morrison said. But he was looking at me with interest. Catherine stood. "Your Honor, I'd like to submit additional evidence. She handed me a sealed folder. I took a breath and walked it to the judge's bench. Judge Morrison opened it. His eyes widened. He read for a long moment, then he looked up at me. "Ms. Sullivan," he said slowly, "do they even know what you have here?" I nodded. "Would you like to explain this to the court?" "Yes, Your Honor." I returned to the witness stand. Catherine nodded at me. "Ms. Sullivan, please explain what's in that folder." I took a deep breath. For the past 10 years, I've kept meticulous records, not just of Lily's upbringing, but of every attempt I made to contact Vanessa and my parents. Catherine displayed documents on a screen for the court. These are emails I sent to Vanessa's last known email addresses. 47 emails over the first 2 years, asking her to come home, asking her to meet her daughter, asking her to sign adoption papers if she didn't want to be a mother. I pulled up text messages. These are texts to her phone numbers, 89 messages. None were blocked. None bounced back. She simply never responded. Then I showed voicemails. I saved every voicemail I left, 34 voicemails. You can hear my desperation, my exhaustion, my hope that she'd come back. Catherine handed me another document. And what's this? A private investigator's report. I hired someone to find Vanessa after year 1. He tracked her movements across 3 states. She wasn't hiding. She was living openly, posting on social media, working jobs. She just didn't want to be found by me. The courtroom was silent. "What else is in the folder?" Catherine asked. "Financial records. Every dollar I've spent on Lily. Daycare, $157,000 over 6 years. Private school, $85,000 over 4 years. Medical expenses, $43,000. Clothes, food, activities, savings accounts for her college fund, a total of $487,000. I looked directly at Vanessa. "I never asked you for a cent, never filed for child support, never took you to court. I just raised your daughter." "And finally," Catherine said, "there's the note Vanessa left the night she abandoned Lily." She projected it on the screen for the entire court to see. Vanessa's handwriting, her words. "I can't do this. I thought I could, but I can't. She cries all the time. I haven't slept in weeks. I don't know how to be a mom. You're good at everything. You'll figure it out. Don't try to find me. I need to figure out my life." "Your Honor," Catherine said, "this is not the note of a mother intending to return. This is abandonment, clear, intentional abandonment." Judge Morrison studied the note. Then he looked at Vanessa. "Ms. Thompson, is this your handwriting?" Vanessa was crying. "Yes, but did you write this note and leave it with your 3-month-old daughter?" "Yes, but I was sick. I had postpartum depression." "Did you seek treatment for this depression?" "Not immediately, but did you contact Ms. Sullivan at any point in the following 10 years to check on your daughter?" Vanessa looked at her lawyer, who shook his head slightly. "No," she whispered. "Speak up, please." "Yeah, no, Your Honor." Judge Morrison turned to my parents. "Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, you testified that you attempted to maintain contact with your granddaughter, but were prevented from doing so. Is that correct?" My father nodded. "Yes, Your Honor." "Yet the evidence shows 23 emails from Ms. Sullivan inviting you to visit, to meet your granddaughter, to be involved. You responded to none of them. Why?" My mother looked flustered. We didn't think..." "You didn't think your granddaughter was worth the effort," Judge Morrison finished coldly. Judge Morrison closed the folder and looked at everyone in the courtroom. "I've presided over hundreds of custody cases. I've seen parents make mistakes, struggle with addiction, battle mental illness, and still fight to maintain relationships with their children. This is not that case." He looked at Vanessa. "Ms. Thompson, you didn't make a mistake. You made a choice. You chose to abandon your infant daughter. You chose to disappear for 10 years. You chose not to send money, not to call, not to check if she was alive. And now you've chosen to return only because your sister has built a stable life for the child you didn't want." Vanessa sobbed into her hands. "Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, you are no better. You told your daughter to figure it out. You abandoned your granddaughter as surely as your other daughter did. And now you sit here, committing perjury, claiming you were kept away? Shameful. He turned to me. Miss Sullivan, you have raised this child with no legal obligation, no financial support, and no help from the people who should have helped you. You've provided her with a loving, stable home. You've documented your efforts to include her biological mother and grandparents. You've done everything right. He picked up his gavel. I am granting Ms. Sullivan full legal custody of Lily Thompson, with the option to adopt Van. Essa Thompson's parental rights are hereby terminated due to abandonment. Visitation is denied. Vanessa screamed, "No, you can't do that." "I can and I have. This hearing is adjourned." The gavel came down. That was 3 weeks ago. Vanessa filed an appeal. It was denied. My parents tried to contact me. I blocked them. Lily's adoption will be finalized next month. Legally, officially, she'll be my daughter. Last night, Lily asked me, "Mom, did my birth mother come back?" I told her there was a court case about our family. I hadn't given details. Yes, she did. Did she want to take me away? She did. But you didn't let her? No, baby, I didn't. Lily was quiet for a moment, then she hugged me. Good, because you're my real mom, not her. I love you, Lily. I love you too, Mom. That sealed folder didn't just win me custody. It proved something I'd always believed, that family isn't about biology. It's about showing up. It's about sacrifice. It's about love. Vanessa gave birth to Lily, but I'm her mother, and no judge, no lawsuit, no biological claim will ever change that. So let me ask you, if someone abandoned their child and came back 10 years later demanding custody, would you fight for that child, or would you let biology win? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if this story resonated with you, hit that subscribe button, because being a parent isn't about biology, it's about showing up every single day.